What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another Small Engine Saturday. If you haven't already, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, share the stream out. Let's make this one of the best small engine live streams on YouTube. Anyway, guys, I'm just let everybody get in here, and then I'll talk about my week and future plans, and then I'll put a link out, and y'all know the drill. So let's let a few more people stumble in here into the chat, and we'll get to talking. What's up, Patch? BW? Stefan? Grim? All right. We got a few people in here. I guess we can. It shows we got 6 people already in the house. We're 2 minutes in. So let me start out with one of the things that I ain't done a whole lot this week, but I done a few things, and one of them was. Give me 1 second, guys. What's up, Timothy Harris? Welcome to my live stream. Welcome. What's up, Robert? I'll get to that too, Patch. Let me show y'all the first thing I built. Yeah, I'm a little late. So this ain't pretty, but this is a homemade chicken feeder I made for the chickens. I made it out of some building channel steel like they would use to make metal buildings. It's not pretty. It don't have to be pretty. It just has to function. So that was one of the things I did this week. Another thing I did this week is I went and looked at a Dodge Charger for a knocking noise. Let me get this video started for y'all. Actually, originally was... Hold on. It originally was to replace the cam sensor, and then I heard the noise when I got there. So I ended up passing on the job, and he took it to a shop, and it's very heavy. And from what the shop told him, it was a whole lot of nut and eight. It was rod knocks. So let's see if I can hit this button for y'all. I don't know if y'all can hear that. You hear that? So they told him it was rod knock, that he should, what's up, Power Stroke Jude? What's up, Ronald? That thing is probably, ground probably 50 pounds. It'll never be moved that much. It'll be mounted to the wall, and that's it. So anyway, the shop told him it was a rod knock, which I expected because there was no oil in the thing. I was thinking it was either that or the lifters, but it ended up being rod knock. And they told him there at the shop that it'd be cheaper to replace the engine than rebuild. So that guy already put way too much money into that Dodge Charger. It's a piece of junk. Okay, what else did I do? Wait. I'll tell you all about this. Hold on. Make Patch wait a little bit. I put a clear coat on this. I will be putting on a handle on it Monday for the giveaway on the live stream with the big names. Saturday the 12th, that's which is next Saturday, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, so I'll be 30 minutes earlier. What's up, Paul? And putting a handle on that, giving away. There is possibly, I can't mention too much yet. Yes, it's... Yeah, Graham, don't want to kill the chickens. Possibly more stuff going away. Talking to Neil, the maintenance man. So I'll update y'all as that comes along on that. So back on this. Y'all see me ripping on it. You see me riding a little bit in that video, right? Well, I got it. After a while, it started acting like the carburetor, the new carburetor right here. It almost acted like it was stopped up. So I pulled it back off. It did look like there was some trash in the carburetor. So I took it apart, put it in the ultrasonic cleaner. You know, it's not. I've seen new carburetors come in dirty before. And then the second thing I thought is possibly reed valves. So I went through here. There's a tiny bit of light, but not like major light coming through here. Let me see if y'all can see this when I shine the light through here. That might be a lot of light. I don't know. I don't know if I should replace if that's too much light, or if I should just go ahead and replace the reed valves. They ain't really that expensive. I think it's this part's like $17. But anyway, what I was doing is it would, when you give it gas, it would bog down and die out. So another thing I want to check, and I've had this problem with two-strokes before like this, is the exhaust to see if it's stopped up. If it's stopped up, I'll put a torch to it and burn it out. That's how I usually do it. Or put it in a grill. So, yeah. It's getting closer to time to set fire to it, Robert. It's been a pain. In fact, so I didn't show it in the video. Paul, get something called EvapoRust. It works great. It's $20 a gallon, but you can reuse it. But so what I was going to say. Right? What was I going to say? So this thing actually took off like a diesel engine. The engine, for some reason, when I first started it, it took off like a diesel engine. I pulled the spark plug, and that thing was still going. It's the first time I had one. I've heard of it, but it's the first time I actually seen it happen to me. That thing still went for like a minute. It was crazy. But after that, it started idling down fine. But then, after we rode it for about 30 minutes, it started, give it gas, it would stall out. So I think I'm going to got the carburetor clean again. I think I am going to replace those reed valves and clean out that exhaust. And y'all lost me? Am I back yet? Let me know if y'all lost me. Could be my internet's out. Because it's raining. Okay. Just making sure. You know, it's possible. It's possible, Robert, because the compression is only 90 psi, and you know, and I know that. You know, and I know 90 psi for a two-stroke is not very much for a two-stroke. I hate two-strokes. I wish this thing wasn't a two-stroke. They don't run good when it's cold outside. Like right now, it's kind of chilly outside. They hate to run. So, technically, that's a Polaris engine in that, as I found out. At this point, I don't know if I'm going to be able to fix it enough for my nephew by Christmas. I'm going to try. I'm going to put, that part's kind of cheap. I'm going to put the reeds in there, clean out that exhaust, put it all back together. If that don't do it, then I'm going to get out from under it because I'm not going to put no more money than that into it. We're down to 7 people. Man, y'all really get upset when I talk about this. Anyway, guys, let's put some links, some links in the chat because I talked about everything. Right? You know, though, Robert, it's hard to find 4-wheelers around here. Everybody wants so much for junk 4-wheelers in Texas. It's crazy the amount they want for just junk 4-wheelers. Now, I've seen some cheap in East Texas, but that's a pretty good distance for me from where I'm at. So there's the link. Y'all know what to do. I was wanting it in blue, but they didn't have it in blue. But look at my Daytona jack right there. So it kind of matches it. So I guess it all worked out. I wanted it in blue too, but for some reason they didn't have blue. Blue must be like a big seller or something. Okay, Hot Rod. So, Robert, you know how I bought that one? I had a kid come and buy a bunch of mowers. He bought everything out from in my boneyard from me, and that's how I bought that. Oh, I'm going to buy another one, but I like it because when I'm working on automotives, I can just load it on my trailer and take it around front so I don't have a big shop to work on vehicles inside. So most of that in that tool cart's automotive tools because I've been getting more and more into automotives because it's where I make money at. I like that jack. I don't care what anybody says about that jack. That jack's been pretty good to me. It's made its money back in probably the first job it made its money back. I think it was on sale for like $150 at the time. Kind of messed up the handle. If you look at the handle, I used it as a cheater pipe, so it's a little done in. I need to put that bolt back in there. Guys, I'm not going to go super long tonight because I got to get up at 6 o'clock in the morning to go to pick up my lathe. So I'm only going to stay on for about an hour today. I got to be up at 6:30 in the morning. We're going on about a 3-hour drive to pick up the lathe, which I'm super excited about, and there will be a video on that. So I can't wait to make some videos with it. All right, got the spot cleared off over here. Man, I almost bought that Harbor Freight one, Robert, and you all told me you just need to wait. You just need to wait. You just need to wait. And I did. I waited patiently, and that deal came up, and I'm really excited over that.
What's going on?
Not much. Hey, Grim, my Nightbot is set where it don't ban for spamming. I got everything turned off on my Nightbot except for running links. And that's it. I don't have it running anything else.
Yeah, I just came out here to my garage. Man, I just said it in chat a few minutes ago. Me and my friend just got back from going to Tractor Supply. I picked up some stuff to fix my mower or like some maintenance stuff, and I noticed that there was a guy that was he like almost flipped his, like he had one of those big U-Haul trucks, and he took like too sharp of a turn, and his tire was sitting all the way in the ditch, and it was just spinning. And we got some chains out, and with this big old turbo diesel Cummins Dodge Ram 2500, heck, that thing pulled it out of the ditch like it was nothing, and it was fully loaded too.
Yeah. Hey, Power Stroke, any of my mods, I don't know if any of my mods, can y'all run his link for him? Because I ain't on the YouTube side, so I can't give out blue wrenches. You have to have a blue wrench to run a link. And I like Power Stroke, so go ahead. I don't mind. I love the old diesels. 7.3s. I wasn't big on the 6.0s, but I like the 7.3s. That's what I originally learned to work on diesels on, was the 7.3 Power Stroke. And now I got a 7.3 IDI. Yeah, one time I went to Tractor Supply, and this guy had a brand new dually, Ford dually, and he came around, and the fire hydrant was kind of in the middle of the parking lot, and it had those barriers around it. Obviously, he didn't know what he was doing driving the dually, and he ran it up over the dually and pulled out his rear axle from up under that truck. That guy was out in the middle of the parking lot crying. I mean, I'd cry too with an expensive truck like that.
Yeah. You been working on any lawnmowers lately?
It's kind of the slow season. I'll get a few here and there, but this time of year, it'll hit me around February. Some of my commercial guys will be starting getting more onto it again, because our grass here around February, we'll start seeing grass here again.
Oh, yeah. My neighbors were asking me earlier, they just bought some little like 50cc Chinese full wears. I was like, you want to fix them? I was like, I ain't not really working on no Chinese stuff.
Yeah, I don't. I used to, when I first started out, I used to work on Chinese stuff, but it was too much of a headache. Most of them were so poorly built that they was far gone by the time they got here anyway.
Yeah.
I get them in every now and then for myself to play around with, but that's it. I don't work on them for other people.
Yeah. Yeah, my neighbor wanted me to mow some leaves the other day with my new lawnmower, so I took it down to his house, took her for a little bit of a test drive. I just went and bought a new air filter and an oil filter and some tools for it.
Yeah.
Oh, I bought this like really, really long. Got it right here. So I have pretty long, like needle nose pliers. I had to get in a governor that was in the bottom, and I had to pull the pin out. It was on the. It's got like a bunch of different pins for it, I guess, for how much you want the governor to. How they put it? Like how much tension it has on it, I guess. But
Yeah.
thing's been a pain in my butt because I ain't really got the best tools to get down in certain situations. Stuff, kind of need certain tools for it. But that little thing right there, I was able to do it in 2 seconds instead of like 10 minutes.
I hate mowing tough weeds. When I mow weeds around here, I got my Wilhorse C120, and that's what I cut with. But I won't use like that John Deere. I got a John Deere that I got in trade for fixing a post office, a newer John Deere. But I won't use it because even with that Intech V Twin on there, it just don't have the cutting power as the old garden tractor does.
Yeah, they're kind of different. It just depends on which one you have. This one right here's got. I haven't really gotten to some big weed piles yet, but they're gonna start growing as soon as around summer gets here. But this thing's definitely got some power. I still got to do some fix on it. But the one, my little Toro Zero turn, it's like a 46-inch cut just about. Then I put a 23 horse Kohler Command on it, and this thing right here it'll burn a belt. It has so much power.
Yeah. Robert's right. You can never have. This is true, Robert. I'm always constantly buying tools.
Yeah, I agree with that. You can't have enough tools because I will lose one and can't find it. I'm like, well, I'm gonna go to my toolbox. I heard someone saying something about your toolbox. I got one too. I got a green one.
Yeah.
You guys know Redneck Computer Geek? I know he works on lawnmowers and stuff. I got this from him a while ago.
I think your screen's froze on my end. I can hear you talking, but I can't see. I don't know if anybody else can see. My computer's a little slow right now.
Oh.
Let me go to the YouTube side on my phone.
Yeah, I can see it just fine through mine.
It's probably just my computer. Give me 1 sec. Now my phone's being slow. Can I have anything fast around here?
Oh, I'm wondering why that is. Yeah, I see it too. It's basically froze.
No, it shows it's froze on my end too.
Huh. I guess let me leave, then try to join back.
Yeah, you can try that. Sometimes I have to do that.
All right, it's forgetting me.
While it's just me, guys, I'll remind y'all. December 12th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time, here on this channel, me, Good of the Land, Stephen Cox, the Maintenance Man, Princess Jamie's here for a Christmas live stream. It's going to be a big one. I'll be giving away this after I put a handle on it that I restored. Neil is working on some giveaway items too. It should be a good one. Anyway, I'm going to put Hot Rod back up here now. Now we can see you.
You see now?
Yeah.
All right. You see me moving around?
Yeah. See you moving around.
All right. I was going to show you. I got this from a popular YouTuber. He sent me that in the mail.
What's up, B-Tard?
Cheap welder, $1 million idea.
Yeah.
But this is my toolbox where I keep all my tools. Some of them, at least. The ones I don't have spread all out to the floor.
Oh, they're coming soon, Robert. They're coming soon. The bikini team will be here anytime. Where's Brad's workbench? He's the one that said he was going to wear the bikini. It's a little chilly here. It's not too bad, but this little heater just don't do much in this shop. Gotta keep standing by it to keep warm. Yeah, I cannot wait to pick up that lathe tomorrow. I got so many plans in my head. I don't know. Hot Rod, are you still there?
Yeah, can you hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
My camera moving?
Yeah. Heck, it's hard. I'm debating on taking this engine off and putting a Predator in it. Because I think it'd be easier than the issues we're having now with it.
Oh. Hey, can you see me moving around?
Yeah, I can see you moving around.
All right. I think it's just because I'm out in my garage and I'm using like my mobile data, so I don't have exactly Wi-Fi out here, or it doesn't reach long enough.
They're not bad, Ronald. You know, I was talking to my uncle. My uncle's one of those toolbox trucks nuts, right? Yeah, Paul, that's what I was talking about. Evaporust I use in my I use in tanks, and you can reuse it. Evaporust is good stuff. It's a good company. I have met the people at the Good of the Land Fest last year. They're good people. It's a good product, and you can reuse it, and it's safe.
Hey, you wouldn't have any good ideas on fixing a gas tank, would you?
What's wrong with
This,
it? Is it got a bunch of pinholes?
um, the one gas tank over on this side of this mower, it's got a knife cut kind of in the bottom, and it just leaks everything out immediately.
You try. I hear you gotta clean it good, but I hear Silol works pretty good on that. I haven't tried it yet. I haven't had much luck on fixing plastic gas tanks.
Yeah, and it's like the other one. These are both 4-gallon gas tanks I figured out, and the one you can't fill all the way up or it leaks all over the floor because it has like a small hole or something in the top.
Yeah.
I don't know. For some reason, this thing also the battery keeps getting drained. The hour meter on this literally shows 10,000 hours. I think the hour meter's been running for a long time, and I, something's going on with the electricity for this though. Something's constantly on. It's not supposed to be.
Hi, William. Yeah, Paul. Like like we was talking about on the other one, plastic welding or Silol would be the best way to work that.
Yeah. I was wondering, have you ever worked on any lawnmowers where, like on this one, I'll go around to the other side, but you ever had one that had like the blade on this one? It's a real pain to get out because it's actually like a bolt that comes all the way up through this, and then this is the nut that holds on the bolt, and the blade like drops out through there's like it's normally like a little bolt that screws on to hold the blade on.
Yeah.
It's like a whole the whole piece coming up through it with the bolt on top instead.
Well, it should be that should be your spindle. Your blade hooks to the spindle that goes up through your spindle housing, and sometimes when you take that nut or bolt off of the top, it'll actually drop down through. What's up, Mike Hodge? What's up, Old School Repair Shop?
It kind of sucks to fix on this one. I had this thing up on a bunch of bricks and stuff, but I used my weight and I was kind of pulling against the seat, and I had a friend of mine helping me because you can't get enough to where this will drop straight to the floor because of how long it goes up through there.
Yeah, I use a Mojack, or I use my engine hoist to lift them up high enough where I can just. I used to pull decks. Back in the day, when I first started out, I used to pull decks. That took a lot of time.
Yeah. I don't know if I'd want to pull the deck off this one because it lifts off chains and stuff. It'd take hours.
Some decks are not that hard to remove. I remove them from time to time to weld them up.
Good thing is I'll never need to weld this one up though because it's got that good thick steel.
You would be surprised. You would think that, but I have actually had customers bend those, believe it or not, and break them.
I'm sure you could bend it, but the only thing I'd be worried about is it rusting through.
You hit a tree stump at a good speed, even those fabricated decks will bend if you hit it hard enough in the right spot.
Yeah, I guess that could happen. I don't really cut around where no tree stumps are, though, luckily. But I did that on my grandma's lawnmower once, like a long time ago when I was mowing with it.
Yeah.
I didn't bend the deck, but the blade, like I hit like a tree root that was coming out of the ground, and like the blade was like straight and it bent like a U or not like or an L straight down to the ground when it hit it. I couldn't believe
Mike
it.
Hey, Mike Hodge, you should do that. Also, Mike Hodge, was you in here for the video of I don't know if you remember the Dodge Charger I kept working on, Mike, but I had to go change a sensor out, and come to find out, let me pull that video back up. it was low in oil, and I knew I had a feeling. I said, you know what? You should take it to this other shop because I really didn't want to deal with it. Let me get to the video on the screen.
Yeah, these
Share
right here are the type of
screen.
these right here are the type of decks that rust out. They usually rust out right at the top right here. This is a 50-inch off.
Is that a stamp deck? Yeah, I've
Yeah.
fixed and replaced a lot of those decks. Here we go. So, Mike Hodge, they told me that they told him at that shop that it really was Rod Knock. Guys, if you got blue wrenches, post your. You know what? Let me go over to the YouTube side real quick. I will give all the guys blue wrenches. I know. I think Robert already has one. He just changed his name. And I'll give Guitar Adventure one. And I think Mike Hodge might already have one. He ain't made videos yet, but he's going to, he says. Let me mute my YouTube before I go on the YouTube.
Yeah.
Possibly. So he ran it out of oil, Mike Hodge. He said, well, the oil light was on for 2 months, but I didn't think nothing of it. Well, no, it's just the ones that I know that has channels. Yes, Robert, you're very special. Oh, computer slow. Yeah, I do not mind these guys putting out their links and stuff because they help me, so I'll help them. They got me getting closer and closer to 1K every day, and I couldn't have done it without these guys. So I really do appreciate every one of them here.
I was gonna say this right here this is what happens when you run a motor out of oil.
You want to say I'm over here giving blue wrenches.
Here's all the nuts and bolts out of this one motor that blew up. Got a whole bag of just all the stuff that came out of it.
Okay, Mike. I appreciate it. Oil is optional. Yeah, you're right, Robert. It's optional. Who needs oil? That stuff's it gets over everything. Who needs it? It's best to just run it dry. Nothing.
Yeah, heck, I got 9 of these Kohler Command engines total.
Oil is for rich people. That's right, Robert. Oil is for rich people.
No, I think you could also put water, gasoline in it. I see that a lot.
What's up, Ronald's son? I don't know why I always just say, what's up, Ronald's son?
Maybe one of these days when you get some good money going or something, you should do a video like if you can run a lawnmower engine on WD-40 or something crazy.
Right?
That stuff's fun to do.
When I get YouTube rich and I'm in my big fancy shop. Yeah, I know his name's Travis Ronald. I know. It's just the I don't know why, but every time he comes on here, I say Ronald's son instead of Travis.
How's everybody doing tonight?
What's up, William? I'm doing pretty good.
Came
Doing
on a
pretty
while
good
ago,
too.
I had nothing but static. I think I had a bad connection.
Probably.
And everybody's staying busy. These
A
past
little
few days.
bit. It's a slow time of year for small engines. That's why I'm starting to do a lot more big engines.
Yeah.
How are you? Do you ever work on tractors, like small tractors?
Yeah, I got a old Farmall Cub. We had an old Chinese diesel tractor.
Is it pretty hard to work on them, or about the same thing? Ain't it?
The older tractors, you're basically, if you know how to do carburetors and stuff on a small engine, you can do it on the old tractors.
Oh, really? That's kind of what my dad did years ago. But by the time he got out of it, was about the time I was old enough to start learning, and I didn't have a chance to learn much. But he did like over 8
Paul's
in.
got a question, so I'm going to answer it here. So I use, depends. Sometimes I use brake cleaner because I don't have a parts washer. Sometimes I use LA Totally Awesome from the dollar store. But this new thing that I was at a machine shop not too long ago getting some heads resurfaced, and he was showing me. He just got some of that Dawn Power Wash, and he was spraying it on a cylinder head, and it like pulled the grease off of it. That new Dawn Power Wash stuff is actually great degreaser. I don't know how expensive it is. I haven't tried it myself, but I just saw it there at the shop. Him doing it.
Hey, you know what they say about Dawn? A touch of Dawn and the grease is gone.
Right?
Well, you remember years ago when they had that big old oil spill? I forget where it was at. You know, they used Dawn supposedly to get the grease and oil off the birds. You see that?
Yeah.
That's probably before y'all's time.
Yeah, definitely me.
Probably
Yeah,
remember-
Hot Rod's just a youngin.
Yeah.
Probably been 30, well, probably 25 years ago, probably.
Sure, my
How old are
parents
you,
would probably
Brandon?
know about it.
How old are you, Brandon?
I am 28.
28. How about you, Hot Rod?
Just turned 18 a few months ago.
Okay. But anybody on here watch that? What's the name? Small Engine Nation, or what is it?
Yeah. It used to be Phil with Lawn Care.
That's what I was thinking. I remember I just had started watching him when it was Phil's Lawn Care. The next thing you know, I mean, just had started watching him back then, and it's like he dropped off the face of the earth. I didn't know what happened.
Yeah, I can imagine. There used to be a group. Most of us small engine guys was a part of called Small Engine Nation. I'm amazed that someone didn't throw a fit that he used that name for his new channel.
Yeah. Whoever it was, probably haven't found out yet, reckon.
Most of us left the group, but still, I'm amazed they ain't threw a fit.
Yeah. Well, it's a wonder YouTube would have let him.
Well, they don't own the name. I mean,
Yeah.
they didn't get it copyrighted or anything. They didn't own it. If
Yeah,
they wanted to not have the channel and that name, they could have built their own channel and the name.
Yeah.
So
I guess Phil could have called his Small Engine Nation 2 or something. But are you going to be on Mix? Old Mick's supposed to be having a big one.
yeah, I'm gonna visit over there, Sir Mick. I'm thinking about sending some chaps and a cowboy hat. He keeps going on and on about chaps and cowboy hats, so I'm thinking about sending him a pair.
Yeah. Do you ever talk to old Bruce Pender?
I have. Bruce's Zippo is probably the biggest small engine people I talk to.
Yeah.
I haven't really ever talked to any of the other big shots.
I've actually talked to Terrell, believe it or not. I got the number to his garage in Indiana.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I happened to call one day, and he answered. I said, "Is this old Terrell?" He said, "Yeah." We talked, I don't know, about 20 minutes.
Oh, that is right, Robert. He started out first as Ace Repair. Phil did.
Uh,
Where you from, Hot Rod?
I'm from Anderson, South Carolina.
Okay, you was on the other night, right?
Yeah, I think so.
A couple, 2 or 3 nights ago.
Yeah, like a week ago
Yeah,
or
or something.
something. But yeah.
I couldn't remember who was. Is that what you doing now for a living? Small engine?
Well, more on the side, not for a living.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's not really that much around. I mean, there's only like 2 big places that like actually do it, and they go from rates from 75 to 85 an hour, and that's they charge a bunch to work on stuff. But usually, it's just every once in a while from my Facebook posting, I'll get someone call me up and be like, "Hey, you want to work on the lawnmower? Bring it over." Some guy the other day, they went to the neighbors thinking it was my house, and the guy had no, I don't know who I told about it, but the guy had 3 brand new Briggs and Stratton Vanguard engines sitting on a trailer, the V twin ones, brand new. And he thought the guy was going to try to steal them and run away. He pulled up this, like he pulled up like side of his thing, and he had a dang 38 revolver, and and people got lucky they didn't get shot messing around with the neighbors. They went to the wrong house. But I don't know what the heck was wrong with their lawnmower. Heck, I sprayed some carb spray in it, crunk it over for a minute, and it fired right up like it was a John Deere zero turn with a Briggs and Stratton V twin. That thing only had 75 hours on it. I don't like anything Briggs and
What you
Stratton
say? It
really.
just quit running? What?
They said it quit running. They couldn't get it
What'd you
started
say? What'd
again.
you say it did?
Huh?
I'll tell you I got a zero turn. It's a Gravely, which really doesn't matter. I just had to put some gas in it, right? And
Yeah.
started back mowing. I mowed about 5 or 10 minutes and just act like it, just running, just quit. Well, what mine
Sounds
was,
like
I took
sounds
the
like my
filter off, the
lawnmower.
gas filter, blew through it, and put it back on and fired right back up. That's
I've had repairs
did
come in
about it's did
before.
it twice.
I've had repairs come in before. They said it wouldn't run.
That might be
You load
what happened. Maybe
enough gas in
you
it.
put a piece
You
of
put
trash
fresh
in the
gas in
filter
there and fire up and
and
run.
stopped it.
Yeah, this motor I just put in my new zero turn. This is a 22 horse. It had the same problem a few months ago. It just wanted to keep dying and dying. I forget what I did to it, but I changed everything out that I could just about change on it, and it finally wanted to start
You
acting right.
ever had to?
You cut out. Hello?
Yeah, I'm trying to look at the chat real quick over here. All right. We got 11 people in the house, guys. If you haven't already, hit that like button. Hit that subscribe button. Remember, December 12th, big live stream with some big YouTubers. Good of the Land, Steven Cox, the Maintenance Man, Princess Jamie, and we'll be doing some giveaways. So be sure to be there. December 12th, 7:30 p.m. Central Time.
Well, like Christmas coming early then, eh?
How's it doing now?
Better a little bit.
Huh? Stephen Cox. Can y'all still hear me?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Did you say you had Stephen Cox coming on?
Yeah.
Yeah, I like him pretty good too.
Yeah, I know him. I actually know him and Justin from Good of the Land.
Who's that now?
Justin from Good of the Land. He's another big YouTuber.
Oh, I've never seen him.
Oh, yeah, he's pretty cool. He does a lot of tool restorations and stuff like that.
Oh, okay. Hey,
He had a big YouTuber festival here last year.
Talking about tools. I think it's called the Snap-on what's his name? He's a snap-on freak. He's up from up north. Shit, it's a
Around
snap-on.
here, call me a Kohler motor freak, I guess, because I got so many of them. Buy every one I can. I've gotten like 3 of them for $20 that are blown up, and they had a lot of good parts off of them.
I think I was talking to y'all, asking y'all about the engine for the wood splitter. I finally got one the next day. I went to this place. I went to several places and they didn't have nothing. I went to this kind of a local home and garden center, and he said, I told you on the phone I didn't have nothing. I said, you told me to stop by and look, and I left the place, and I was down the road about 5 minutes, and he called me and said, hey, I found one. It's Briggs and Stratton. It said professional. He said it was made for wood splitters and pressure washers. He said what it was, the difference between a lawnmower and a pressure washer and a wood splitter is it's got a heavier flywheel.
Yeah.
And you might have told me that too. It's like a
so
cat.
if you I don't know if either of you two ever tried to pull a push mower without a blade on it. It'll about break your wrist.
Yeah.
Because the blade without the flywheel is light, so on a push mower the blade acts like a secondary flywheel.
Yeah. I've been trying to find a way to explain that. That's a good way. Yeah, like a secondary flywheel. Yeah, that's a good way to explain it.
From all the Kohler motors I have, it seems like they're all just about the same with the flywheels on them. They weigh a good bit, but I guess whatever you have on the bottom, I mean, they usually run about the same as long as they're tightened down good enough without anything on it. But I just for a little while I just had the pulley on for the drive on this because the clutch on this thing is super weird, and I had to rewire it some stuff. But I mean, they're all the same. The magnets that came out are either exploded one, then you get a few good ones.
Guys, I'll be right back. I gotta climb up here in the loft and grab some stuff out for tomorrow.
All right, but it's the main issue one of these old Kohler Command engines have is their own flywheel magnets.
Is what now? What'd you say about the Kohler Command?
The main issue they have is either the magnets explode because you wait too long and don't notice it,
yeah,
or they came apart and just stuck to the alternator or the stator.
Yeah. Huh. That's a good one.
That's what this one did on this little tractor. It came apart and exploded. Luckily, it didn't go to the block or anything, but it definitely did a little damage.
That's a good motor, though, isn't it? Kohler Command.
Oh yeah.
See,
This one currently has 889 hours on it. You know, it's cold outside, and
I think it wood splitter. I think it had Kohler originally. It had Kohler on it, and this is about the third motor. I think the other one was a lawnmower motor. It never did run right. That's why, because it didn't have that heavier flywheel.
Yeah, but Kohler's got good motors, and they got bad motors, like this one over here. I'll show you.
Bring it on, Mike Hodge. We'll pick out all the competition.
Courage ain't worth the crap.
Yeah, they're the worst. Yeah, I will never buy a Courage engine unless I need a flywheel or something off of it. I think that's about the whole.
How much better, in y'all's opinion, is Kawasaki better than the Kohler and Briggs?
Never owned one, so I can't say, but I can definitely say a Kohler's better than a Briggs.
You think so?
This is when you have people steal tools out of your toolbox.
Have an old snap trap in there.
Wonder why I ain't showing up on the, which I don't want to show up on the screen.
We see you every now and then. We like light a cigarette or something. We can see you.
Oh, okay. Oh, okay.
I ain't seen you the first time. I can't see that good.
Okay. Well, I'm actually kind of
You're
camping out.
welcome, Power Stroke.
I'm actually camping out. My buddy's got a camper. He ain't never tried. He bought like a little camper that you drive, little motor home. And
Yeah.
he said, "You want to try it out?" And so me and my little dogs out here, kind of camping out tonight.
Jehu,
Yeah.
I'm drinking cherry Pepsi with whipped cream vodka in it.
That sounds pretty good.
It's actually very good.
I dated this girl.
Yeah.
She drank some
Too
kind
bad I can't drink yet, but at the same time, I don't like drinking. Never cared for alcohol or anything.
I don't like beer. I can have an occasional drink of like whiskey or something like vodka or something or rum. Never been a beer person. Just not my thing.
Yeah, I had some Coolers Light once. I didn't like that at all.
Oh, it's good, Jehu. Oh, you know what else is good, Jehu? Is if you can find it, the Crown peach and sweet tea. You make peach tea, hard peach tea. Oh, I still got one more thing up here I gotta get out of the up here in the loft. I've also been a fan of I'm not a fan of the green apple, but I like the peach, and peach is kind of hard to find, Jehu. I also been making a lot of pina coladas here lately. I really like pina coladas. I don't care what anybody says about me. I do like pina coladas, so I've been making a lot of those here lately.
Not too familiar with what one of those exactly are. Guessing it's alcohol stuff. Yeah.
Ladders make me nervous, guys.
I was gonna say one thing I like about my new mower I got is because this thing's so heavy built. I can step on the side of the deck on it because it's held by chains and can actually hold my weight pretty good. But I can't wait till the dang grass starts getting back up again. So I'm ready to start mowing. My neighbor had me mow some leaves yesterday, and he gave me a little bit of money for doing that. Tell you what, I got some just regular blades on it that are not the like gator blades. This thing blows some leaves. I gotta organize all my parts and stuff though. But I want a wall. I don't want like a wall of motors. I want to make like a wall of motors, parts and stuff.
Have you talked to old Cajun Corn Hunter lately? Have you talked to Cajun Corn Hunter lately?
I don't think he could hear you.
Oh,
Oh, he has mic muted.
do you know who that is? Cajun Corn Hunter.
No, I don't. Mute your mic.
He was on the he'd been on a show before a long time ago. He's from Louisiana. He I guess he has a show that does corns and like rare corns and all kinds of junk. He's a small engine dealer too.
Am I back now? Do I got sound now?
Sound good.
I kind of unplugged the mic accidentally. I don't know how I did it.
I need to get it set up in my garage like you got. I need to run like an Ethernet cable from under my house out here and get some good internet so I can actually stay out here for a little bit because I only get like 25 gigs of data a month, but I
Yeah.
never really use it anyway. So,
Well, I used to do my live streams in the house, and then my sister moved back in with her kids. There's really no place inside for me to do live streams no more. So I brought it out here to the shop, which I kind of think it works out better anyway because if people wants to see something, I can just show it to them. Yeah,
yeah, all
mic check,
tools and
mic check.
stuff. Yeah,
What kind
like
of tachometer do you have, Brandon?
I can't hear what you just said.
tachometer.
What
Oh,
kind of tachometer do you have?
Speaking of, I need one of those. I've been. Is there any good? You guys know any good place I can get a cheap one at?
I don't have the big
can
fancy catch yet. I've been doing this 10 years still. But I got this laser one that you use a reflector on, and then I got this the old school.
Uh,
One of these days I'll get one of those fancy ones like CanBot.
Yeah, I need to get me a tachometer so I can measure the engine speed on both this tractor and my mower because I feel like this one runs too slow at full throttle and I feel like this one runs too high at full throttle.
Attack is good to get it all completely dead on, but I think when you do it so long, your ears can kind of hear right where the RPM is. A lot of times, it's not going to be exact, but you can kind of tell a little bit by ear if you've been doing it long enough.
Yeah, gotta start out somewhere though, and that's what I'm trying to figure out. But I was trying to find somewhere I could buy a cheap one, but they want like $120 for the cheapest one I could find. All right, well, I'm freezing. It's like 45 degrees outside right now, and my
All
nose
right.
is running. So I'm gonna go back
Well, I
inside.
won't
And
be
go.
on much longer either because, I got the road trip tomorrow. We're heading out to pick that up, and it's a 3-hour road trip. So I probably won't be on maybe another 10 minutes, if that.
Yeah.
All right, well, we'll go inside, get warm, get me a coffee or something.
Okay, all right. Thanks for stopping in. I appreciate it.
Yes. I guess. See you on the next stream in person.
All right, see you on the next one. All right. As we're getting closer and closer and closer to the end, now everybody's wanting to come in now. We got 13 people in the house. Later, old school. Jehu, don't tell my brother-in-law. He'll come right back up there. You say free pizza, he's like a hound dog. He's like you. He's from Chicago, and he likes to eat. He's the kind of guy that goes to Applebee's, and he gets the 2 for $20 for himself. What's up, Joshua? I'm located Power Stroke in Central Texas, outside of the Army base, Fort Hood. And just so y'all know, Since
I'm
Joshua
I'm
posted
having
this
trouble. Can you
comment,
hear me?
yeah, I can hear you.
I'm it's real staticky for some reason.
Yeah. Since Joshua posted that comment, all I could think of seeing those two words together, I'm secretly hearing a Beatles song in my head
I'm gonna
right
leave
now.
and
Hey Jude.
That's
Awesome, Graham. Hey, if you ever come to visit sometime, make sure you stop by my shop. I'm not far from outside the main gate at Fort Hood.
I'm gonna try it again.
I can hear you good.
I can hear you, but it's so staticky. I can't understand. I don't know what's going on here.
Yeah, I don't know. It might be. I don't know.
I guess I might have to leave. I'm gonna stay on the channel, but I'm about to leave. I can't. For some reason, I can't hear. My battery
Yeah.
was going dead a while ago, and I had to disconnect to get my battery.
Yeah. Well, I ain't gonna be on much longer anyway. Like I said, I gotta get to bed early because I gotta wake up like 6 o'clock in the morning or 5:30 in the morning and get ready to go to up towards Fort Worth, Texas, to pick up my lathe.
Oh, you gonna go get it tomorrow?
Yeah.
How big of a lathe is it?
I think he said it's a 16-inch. It's an outless.
Yeah. Have you ever used one before?
No. I'm kind of excited. I watched
Yeah.
a lot of videos. But I got a lot of good friends around here that knows how to use it, so they'll kind of teach me.
That's good.
One of
That'd
my
be good.
customers is a machinist by trade.
That's a good thing to have.
Yeah. Oh man, BW, that is an awesome win. Congrats on that one.
Where'd the hot rod go?
He had to go in the house. He said it was too cold.
Oh,
This is what I heard, Ronald. Sleep is overrated and one can sleep when they're dead. This is true. But you know what? I've been having a problem. I guess it's this colder weather. I've been waking up really late. And I'm not used to it. I'm used to waking up early. Yeah, honestly, Robert, I don't know. I think this thing has a stand. I might have to take this stand back out of here. I cleaned the stand up to put it on, but I think it is on a stand, so I don't know. I want to go visit Fredericksburg, Graham. I've never been there. That's the same way I feel about welding, Robert. That's why I always built like metal sculptures and stuff. You know, I didn't do it for the money. I didn't do it for anything. I just did it for me to, I don't know, just be calm. Not ever. See, I have a lot of stuff that most things I buy for making money, but I don't have any pictures of it. I think I seen it once up there. It belongs to a buddy of mine who used to own a bunch of tire shops all along I-35 in Texas. So,
what part of Texas you say you're from?
I'm here in Central Texas by Fort Hood.
Fort Hood. Okay.
Yeah.
Is that where they had that shooting?
Yeah, that's where they had the shooting. 2 shootings twice.
Yeah. That's not been too awful long ago. What, about a year ago? That one?
No, that one was Ronald can correct me. I think that one is like probably 8 or 9 years back, or maybe 10 years back.
Yeah.
And then the other one was probably like 7 or 8 years back.
I thought they had one. Maybe it wasn't. Maybe it was some other state. It hadn't been that long. Maybe a year.
They had one at a Navy base not too long ago.
Is it some church? I think it was some church, and was it not Texas? About
Yeah, there was a church down towards San Antonio, I believe, that there was a shooting.
about a year or so. It's not been that long, but it's not been over 2 years.
Yeah.
About a year and a half, maybe. Dang, I forget.
Right, Jehu? There is some, the big shooting was in 2008, and then the other shootings. I remember that day. The sirens was everywhere. Shelter in place kind of stuff. And then we had that girl get killed by another soldier here not too long ago, and that made national news everywhere. They didn't find her body for a while.
It might have been South Carolina that way, but I was thinking it was somewhere in Texas. The one I was talking about a year or two ago. I think it's been probably right at a year. Dang, what was the name of it? Is it some church?
Yeah. That's awesome, BW. I'm going to have to check out that guy. I need to do, like I said, when I get 1,000, I'll be giving away a Tecton quarter-inch set, and I might even give away something else. I don't know how I feel when I hit 1,000. It's been a long journey. I'll eventually get there. It's just, I don't know when. It'll happen. It'll either be slow or quick.
That's what Ken is trying to get 1,000 too, right?
Yeah. Graham, it's not that bad. Stuff like that happens, but it's usually there's always more to a story than one knows. Awesome, Hot Rod.
I've been trying to help y'all out. I go to these other big sites, and I say, "Have you ever?" I said, "Do you know Brandon from BSS Small Engines?" Maybe some of their subscribers will see it and subscribe to y'all.
Yeah,
I try to do that pretty frequently.
I keep teasing Mick, and I said, Mick, I sent your stickers. I'm gonna get a shout out now, and he said 2 years. He said it took you 2 years to send the stickers, so it's gonna take 2 years for me to do the shout out.
Oh, Mick's growing pretty quick, ain't he?
Yeah, when I first met him, he was under 1,000.
He's not been on there what, 2 years, maybe?
Yeah, about 3 years. I met him through that one group we was talking about earlier.
Yeah, I never did see that group. I reckon. How many years you been on?
Almost 4 years.
Are you on like Facebook and Instagram?
I'm on every social media that you probably think of with this channel, advertising it.
Oh, okay.
I post a lot on Instagram. I'm big on Instagram posting.
Mm-hmm.
Wow, Ronald.
Once you put repair at the end of your BSS Small Engines and repair, that would catch more people's eyes.
Yeah. Jehu, I felt like that a couple months ago, and I actually did quit for 2 months. I walked away fully from it. I didn't want to do it no more. I was burnt out on YouTube. Let me tell you what, I don't care what anybody said. Those 2 months, I walked away. I came back with a whole new, posted a lot more, and that's where I'm at. I think every now and then you have to take a break. You will get burnt out on this. It's easy to get burnt out on YouTube.
Have you talked to Cajun Corn Hunter lately?
Yeah, he talked to him earlier in the stream.
He's on your stream one time, wasn't
Yeah.
Yeah.
Man, you get Cajun. I like Cajun. He's a good old guy. But, man, you get Cajun on here, you ain't going to leave for a while. He's had me on streams for 4 hours before.
he? Oh, I know. Who's your favorite YouTuber? Or
Ooh, that's kind of hard one right there. You know, they might be listening.
yeah.
I don't know. It's kind of hard. You know, I made that video, and I do stand on by what I say. I watch a lot of those big YouTubers, but I don't take all their words as gospel because I've seen a lot of stuff in their videos that was wrong.
Yeah.
And I would have never do it to customer stuff. I would never recommend it. I still watch their stuff, but there's some stuff. That's why I was kind of explaining in the video. Do your research. Don't just watch one video. Do your research. Watch videos. Read manuals instead of just watching one video and do it because, I mean, we all make mistakes. We're humans. I'm actually going to make a video. Do mechanics know everything? Because oftentimes we think we do. I'm not going to lie. It's kind of a mechanic thing. Oftentimes we think we do. I'm not going to lie. On the YouTube side.
What's happening, guys?
Oftentimes we think we do. Hey, you gotta exit out of YouTube or YouTube side. I got echo.
What's happening, guys?
Oftentimes we think we do. Hey, you gotta exit out of YouTube or YouTube side. I got echo.
What's happening, guys?
Oftentimes we think we do.
Who you talking to? Me?
No, it's okay. I think you got it now. Awesome.
Sorry about that.
I do it all the time. I do it on my own streams. I forget.
Yeah, this is actually the first time I've been on a stream.
Yeah, it happens.
You guys hear me all right?
Yeah, I can hear you fine.
Cool. So how you guys up to? Man, sorry to get on so late. I know you said you're not going to be on too long, but just wanted to say what's up, see how everything's going.
Yeah, I think I'm going to stay on for it's hour 13 now. I might stay on for an hour and a half.
All right.
I'm just not doing 3-hour streams no more. I used to do 3-hour streams.
No, man, sometimes those are fun, man. They're cool. You get to talking about a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Well, as I was telling him before he got on, I thought about making a video, and I'm guilty of it too. And I'm sure a lot of us are guilty of it. We can kind of be know-it-all sometimes in the mechanic trade. But the fact is we're always, no matter how long you've been at it, I've watched my uncle, no matter how long you've been at it, you're always learning something new. There's always something new that you've never seen before.
Oh, absolutely.
And we can sometimes be know-it-alls, and I'm guilty of it as anybody else at times.
Yeah, man, sometimes when I'm talking to people, I do the same thing, man. They're talking about something, and I jump in and I'm like, no, you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. Well, you know what? Why don't I listen to them? Maybe they can show me a better way.
Yeah.
But yeah, I learn stuff every single day, man. I'm not gonna lie, and I'm glad to. The more you learn, the better you are.
Yeah. Robert Waters, come on now. I don't know about you, Robert Waters. Jay, who wants to know what you think about the new YouTube rules?
What kind of rules are they?
They're pretty much forcing ads on everybody, even if you're not monetized. So you'll not be monetized, but they can still put ads on your videos, and you're not getting paid for it.
Are you monetized?
I think that kind of sucks.
It really does.
Are you
I don't like
monetized?
I'm
No.
not monetized yet. I got like 150 or 200 something subs to go, and about 1,000 watch hours left. I got it in. I think a lot of people look at their lifetime watch hours, but you got to look at your yearly watch hours, because the yearly watch hours, they go by the year and not by the lifetime. Because if it was by lifetime, I'm already way over that 4,000 watch hours.
It's got to be watch hours in a 365-day period. Is that how it works?
Yep.
or is it January 1st to December 31st?
Yep.
All right. I just started, and I think I put up my first video sometime back in, it might have been September, September, October, somewhere around there. But I'm just putting content out, trying to keep it interesting. Do what I can. I try to watch it. Everybody who I subscribe to, like for instance, if I watch someone's video, I don't start watching it unless I have. If it's a 10-minute video, I need to have 10 minutes so I can watch the whole thing. I like to watch all the way through.
Yeah.
I think that's just the way to do it. I hope everyone's doing it. Well, obviously not, because I look at my analytics and it says, people watch like 3 minutes out of a 9-minute video or 8 minutes out of a 15-minute video.
Yeah. Yeah, most of the time I'll see that will get like halfway through. But some of my videos, for some reason here lately, my talking videos where I'm talking about stuff's doing better than like the project videos. Don't know what that is, but
no, talking videos are pretty cool though. I like those because I like to see what people have on their minds, what they got going on a rant or something like that. I think those are cool.
Robert Waters, how's that CNC table going? Did you get it together yet? I'm jealous. I want a CNC table, but I don't think there's no room in my shop for one.
What'd you say, or what kind of table?
One of these days, Mike Hodge will move down here and we'll open up a shop together, and there'll be more room. I'll just be waiting.
Yeah, man, I do everything out of my garage, and I only got half of it. It's a 2-car garage. We got our washer and dryer. I got a '69 Beetle parked in here, and then the rest of the space is mine. But I get a lot done. I'm not going to say I don't get a lot done. I just finished up or about to finish up this head job I'm doing on a 6-liter. Just should have been a couple weeks ago, but parts are killing me, man. Just killing me. But it's good. I think we're good to go now.
So you got a channel too?
Well, me? Yeah. I got one. It's a small one, man. I only started, like I said, a couple months ago.
Yeah, Robert Waters, go ahead. I'm glad to have you let you show that.
What's the name of your channel?
Just like on the screen, exactly like that.
Yeah.
I can't hardly see it.
Oh, it says it's Power Stroke Jude.
What?
Power Stroke Jude.
Okay. I'm on my phone.
I have big respect for anybody that could do those 6.0s. I used to help out at a diesel shop, and most of their repairs were 6.0s. That's what they mostly had in their shop was 6.0s.
Yeah, man. I got a buddy who's got a shop up in Colorado, SR Power Stroke, and oh my goodness, man, he's got. I mean, they haven't made a truck. They made the 6.0 for 2010 in the Econoline. They stopped making it in the truck, I think, in 2007. But he's still, man, I'd say 85% of his work is 6 liters.
Yeah. Like I said, I cut my teeth working at that shop on 7.3s. I was literally, he said, well, you got some mechanical experience. I need you to do this, this, and this on the truck. And I didn't even know what I was doing. I had to learn as I go, but I learned on the job how to do it.
That's the way to learn, man. And, you can learn theory in a book, but you're not going to learn application unless you get your hands dirty.
Yeah. But for some reason, he would always come home clean, but he was always in the office a lot. And I always came home covered from grease from my head to my toes.
Man, my wife hates when I come in on a Friday or Saturday night. And lately on Sunday nights too, because man, she makes me take a shower in the downstairs bathroom because, man, like you said, head to toe.
Right.
You work on these.
My first 6.0 service, that on the frame fuel filter, I got a diesel bath in it.
Oh man, you need drain There's a little hex plug in there. You just got to drain it first.
Yeah.
Otherwise, man,
But you learn that the hard way.
if you take off that cap, man, you're gonna get a bath. Yeah.
And then the one on top, I broke something off the side of the cartridge thing there, and at first he made me believe it was my fault, and then he laughed. He said, "This is actually a common problem. I already have one ordered, and it's on its way."
Yeah, those things. If you're talking about the plastic housing or the plastic cap,
Yeah.
those things crack, and if they crack, you can't even see it. It's a hairline crack, but you start it, man. It's like a little geyser, shooting fuel up in the air.
How many videos you got out, Power Stroke?
I think I've got out 32 videos right now, and probably by the time tomorrow's over, I should have about 36. I got about 4 that I'm working on, and then I got to finish editing. Not really editing. I just kind of blend them. I don't really edit. If you watch them, you'll notice I don't really edit, but I've got a few more that I'm working on.
I'll go check you out and subscribe when we get off here.
Yeah, I appreciate it, man. That's cool. Most of my early videos were talking about tools, and I still do that here and there. But I was like, man, there's a lot of people doing that, man. Why don't I just take the time and show how I work on a truck? So I started taking stuff apart, and I started with a couple small repairs. I did it on O2 sensors on my S10. I showed how to use. I got that Tribus wrench, that O2 sensor wrench. I picked that one up, and I was like, "Oh, that's cool." So I used it, and I showed how to use it. Then I fixed the Chevy HHR. I had a water leak, and I fixed that going into the cab. The dude lives up in the snow, so when it would snow, snow melt from the top of his hood, and get water all over the feet of his passenger compartment. So I fixed that. And then I started a big project, which was, like I said, the parts are killing me. So I've been going on it for a little while. So I'm spreading the videos out too, but I'm showing like straight up. The tear down is more complete than the going back together. But I tore a 6-0 in my driveway I drove it into the parking spot, and I tore it down to the bare block. I just took off the heads, took off the intake, took out the evap box, turbo, everything, and Now it's all back together. I just waiting on a couple of small parts.
You know what, Robert Waters? I agree. I like to watch people using tools than talking about them anymore. I don't really watch as much. I go to their live streams, but I really don't watch much of their videos because I like to see people actually use the tools. Anybody could talk about a tool. Let's see them use it. It's how you use a tool.
Yeah, I agree with that, man. Anybody can talk about a tool. Like that. I don't know what that one guy is. That he has he's like a cartoon bear.
Yeah.
From what I can tell, man, he's getting the catalog and reading the information out of the catalog, and then saying, "Oh yeah, this does that." This. I'm like, man, I've never even seen him hold most of the tools that he uses or talks about. But which is cool, man. He's giving people information. It's probably good information, but I don't know. I think it's show it cool and use, or at least talk. If you're going to talk about it, talk about how it worked while you used it. Don't just talk about how it works and how it feels. Say, this is what I used it on. This is an application that before I had this tool, I used to struggle. Now this tool, this is how I use it, and it made it work great. I don't know, that's what I think. So why do people like toolbox tours so much?
I don't know. They do. I did a couple of my time.
I just did. I don't have any videos over like 200, 300, 250 views, except for a toolbox tour and a tour I did when I went on Snap-on, the Snap-on truck, and I showed the truck a little bit. And I'm like, man, those ones are the biggest videos I have. And I'm like, wow, I can't believe that, man. Just opening drawers and showing, oh, this is my wrench drawer and this is my socket drawer. And everybody just wants to see that.
Robert Waters, I don't keep a grease gun in my toolbox. It's usually out on the side, hanging up somewhere. Right now, I think it's Slade on my tractor. My grease gun is.
Is Built Over Bot named Robert Waters? Because I keep hearing his name Robert.
He used to be Robert Waters, but he's redoing his channel.
Oh, I keep looking down at that. And I'm like, who is he talking?
Yeah.
I keep saying Robert Waters, but I couldn't see it on the feed.
Yeah.
All right, now I know who you're talking about.
What's up, Patch? Man, I tell you what, Mike Hodge sent me a while back a tool that's been a lifesaver. I've been in the small engine trade and then got into automotives, and I've been doing this for a while now. And for the longest time, I'd never had a cordless impact, and he found out I didn't have a cordless impact, and he sent me one. So,
oh my God! If that's the first video, it's gonna be yeah. Is that the Cobalt?
yeah.
Yeah, my buddy's got that one. You know, I was watching some people. I think Justin Dow's live stream yesterday, and Justin Dow kind of likes it, but everyone else on his stream said it was junk. But I've used that because my buddy has that one you have in your hand. Man, that thing's a beast.
They're heavy, but
It is
I
heavy.
pulled plug nuts off. I've used it to install drive shafts into remove and install drive shafts on a Dodge Charger and a bunch of other stuff. It's a beast. It'll give you a workout because it's heavy, but it's awesome.
Yeah, if I need anything half inch right now, I'm using an old Craftsman air gun. I don't have my. We had a fire at our house not too long ago, and we got some water damage in the garage. And unfortunately, I mean, it couldn't hit my chrome wrenches. The water had to fall on where all my power tools were,
Yeah.
So I had a lot of damage, and I didn't have. I guess I called my insurance company, and they paid us for a lot of stuff, but they said that my tools, I needed something called a rider because I had to itemize because tools are expensive, and I could have said I had anything. So since I didn't have what they called a rider, I didn't get paid any money for my tool. They gave me a generic amount. They just looked at everything and they said, all right, we're going to give you like $800. Well, $800, man, that covers like one of my impacts and a ratchet or something. But anyways, I'm building my stuff back up. I got some DeWalt 12-volt impact stuff. I just got the Mac. You ever use the Mac ratchets, the cordless ratchets?
No, but I'm looking into cordless ratchets because I got an M12 and I hate that thing. You don't have enough torque to break a bolt loose. So you got to break a bolt loose and then use it.
Yeah, I think these state that you can use them as a ratchet, break them loose by hand, and then just start turning on them. But they're not bad. They're not nut busters by any means, like the Snap-on. I mean, the Snap-on's a brute, but the two Mac ones that I got, man, I'm putting back that 6. I put that 6.0 back together with them.
Yeah.
Now, just because it was my first time using them, I just got them. After I used them, because I got a feel for what everything's supposed to be torqued at, how everything's supposed to be. So I would use them, and then I would go over them with the hand tool, and I'd be like, all right, yeah, it got this perfect, it got that perfect. You know where it's at. So now I know I can trust them on the next job.
Yeah. Yeah, I'm trying to justify spending over $500 on the Snap-on one. I'm trying to justify it to myself.
You know
I'm
what?
trying to tell myself it'll pay itself off.
It'll pay itself off quick, man. I was gonna get that one. My birthday just passed, and my family, my mom and my stepdad gave me some money there. My godson told him, he wants a because he's been on the Snap-on truck with me a couple times. So he wants this cordless ratchet from Snap-on. It costs like $500 and something bucks. So they gave me $500. And the day I went on the Snap-on truck, he didn't have it. I was like, oh, all right. So I was thinking about it. He's like, oh, order it. So I'm going to order it anyways. You don't have to pay me anything now. I'm just going to order it because it'll sell. And then I saw the Mac deal where you got the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 drive ratchet with tax. It came up to like $560. So I got both the 1/4 inch and the 3/8 ratchet. I think they're twins. The only thing that looks different on them is the anvils. There's got to be some kind of gearing a little bit different because the 1/4 inch I think is 40 foot-pounds and the 3/8 is like 45 or 50 or something like not much more. But they're cool. I like them. I'm using them. But the only thing that kind of sucks is I'm a big fanatic of green tools.
Yeah.
and they only came in red, so that's why I still want to get that green Snap-on one.
Robert Waters says he can't justify a power ratchet because his arm works fine. And you know what, Robert? I thought that way too, but when I got into more automotive stuff, you're working into some tight spots, and that really hurts my arm and wrist after a while, working in those tight, hard spots with just a ratchet. So that's why I started going to power ratchets and power tools.
You know, I use my well, the thing is, I work on my own now, but for years I was a diesel tech at a Ford dealership, and when you're on flag hours, you've got to do stuff. You know, you got to be more efficient because you get a job and it says, all right, this job pays 6 hours. If you do it in 1 hour, you're making 6 hours pay at your wage. If you do it in 10 hours, you're making 6 hours wage or 6 hours pay at your own wage. So the cordless and air and everything, you know, it just makes it quicker. It's not that I can't do it or that it can't be done, because I've done plenty that way. Everybody has, but it just makes it a little bit more efficient, so that way you can make a little more money, because the sooner you finish your job, the sooner you can start the next one.
Robert, here's an instance, and Mike Hodge could probably tell you on this one. Dodge Charger Hemi, the alternator, that back bolt is in such an awkward spot by the manifold. It's kind of a pain. And that's one of my favorite places to use it, with that brace. What's up, Princess Jamie? Man, y'all should see that picture.
How you doing, Princess Jamie?
That Jeep was destroyed. Though she was riding in.
Oh, I didn't see it.
12th for the stream.
Yeah, I heard you tried Milwaukee. Say that again.
Have you ever tried Milwaukee, the impact and stuff from Milwaukee?
I've used the M12 years ago, like 6-7 years ago. I think it was the M12. I had a Milwaukee. It was a quarter-inch ratchet. That's the only Milwaukee tool I've ever used.
Yeah.
I got the impact and driver in this.
But Ken has a video on the. He said Milwaukee. That's what we use at my work, Milwaukee, and this. I like them real good. I think it's good, like on small engines, to have a real small impact.
Yeah, I'll show you.
Real driver. Then a bigger one.
BS.
Trying to think where I put my DeWalt. But here's my I use this one quite a bit. Problem is, and I actually did a video on tools for starting out in small engine and mechanic field. I don't recommend it at first because you can get carried away if you don't know what you're doing and actually break stuff. It's very common. I mean, my sister went to a lube shop with her BMW, and they put her drain plug on with a air impact.
That's just, that's an inexperienced or tech or someone who just doesn't care.
Yeah.
Because I've seen people, try to put an oil pan bolt back on with a 1/2-inch impact. And I'm like, dude, what are you doing?
Yeah.
It's oh my goodness, man. The problems they're going to cause. I don't know if it's more inexperience or if it's more just not caring or just ignorance, plain ignorance. Both, yeah, it could be.
I know what I'm thinking about. I don't know where the heck. Oh, I know where it is. It's in my tool bag. I had to go that same Dodge Charger with the knocking noise. Before that, I had to go, and he took it into a dealership, Dodge dealership, for the alternator recall, and they sent it back, and they didn't put the main wire back on the alternator. So it was just hanging there, sparking against the manifold.
Oh,
I had to go and do it. Put the wire back.
Like you said, man, that's just, man, double check your work, man. If the battery light had to be on if that wire wasn't on.
Yeah.
Didn't they think when they road tested it, if the battery light's on, I better go check to make sure I connected everything? or they oh it'll go away. I just took the battery out and put it back in. I don't know, or the alternator off and put it back on. It just makes no sense.
So Hot Rod, to me, talking tools during a mechanical live stream is important because if you got big engines or little engines, you're going to need tools to work on them. So don't matter what stream it is, it's tool talk.
Yeah, I think talking about tools with someone is a lot different than talking about tools just recording yourself.
Yeah.
You know, we're talking about application, how we use stuff, how people use stuff that they shouldn't use.
Yeah.
And I could watch that all day.
Yeah, Princess Jamie, Mike Hodge said there was also something else that it could have been too, but they're saying the wrong not. So I decided I didn't want nothing to do with that job because this guy kind of is one of those kind of customers that you don't like to have.
Hey, I got my boy peeping in over my shoulder. he saw he must have gone on the big TV and saw me on there on your stream.
Yeah.
He's like, "You're on there? That's so cool." You guys got any kids?
I don't have no kids myself, but all my nieces and nephews live here.
How old are they?
They've probably been around me. Pretty much lived in the same house since they was babies. So,
well, if anybody's between 6 and 12 or so, give or take, it's a real rough channel. But my son is starting his own YouTube channel. He's got like 12 subscribers. It's called Matt the Surfer Dude, and he does Hot Wheels, action figure unboxing, Hot Wheel tracks, stuff like that.
awesome!
Yeah, he's 10 years old.
Holy cow! My college is trying to start a baseball team. 6 kids.
That's shoot, man. It is almost a baseball team. With him and his wife, that's 8, man. They just need to leave right field open. I just got the one.
Agreed, Princess Jamie. And maybe if I had right now I don't have a shop to work inside of. I don't want to take on a big job like that and not have an inside shop to work on.
That's my problem. There's jobs that I probably shouldn't do because I don't have a shop.
Yeah.
Especially come wintertime, when it gets dark at 5 o'clock and you see, I got a full-time job. I work on forklifts for Procter & Gamble, and I work Monday through Thursday from 6 to 4, and then I'm off Friday, Saturday, and Sunday, unless they want me to come in. So I do all my mobile stuff on the weekends.
Yeah.
And sometimes taking in a big job, it's like, oh man, in my head I'm thinking, man, this job is going to pay $3,000. But yeah, it's going to take me 3 weeks to do it because I got to wait 2 weeks for parts, and sometimes. I think Princess Jamie's right. You're right. If it's too big a job, just send it away. And, and I've got to learn how to do that myself, because I take on a lot of stuff that I probably, it's not that I can't do it. It's just that, your home garage isn't the best place to do it, or the side of the road either.
Well, I got one job that I don't really want, but it belongs to my mother, so I got it. And that's a timing chain replacement on her 4.0 and her Ford Explorer.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah, I changed the head out. I had it all timed with the tool, and it was still making a out of timing sound. And Princess Jamie came, and the only thing we could figure is it jumped the tooth. Something didn't go right, and it jumped the tooth or something. And the guide was broken, so I must have broke the guide when I laid the head down because it's a plastic guide.
If that guide was broken, the one that goes up against the front cover or up against the block, that plastic guide, the one that goes up against the block that has tension on it.
Yeah. Well, see, we're hoping that it didn't ruin. We're hoping it didn't ruin no valves. From the intake point, it don't look like. Look at that. I'm sorry to hear that, Lab Lover. We will keep him in our prayers. 3 that you know of, Ronald? Are there any mini Ronalds over in the Middle East?
Definitely keep him in our prayers.
Yeah.
Hey, Jehu, I buy Snap-on. I've got a kid. But I also buy Harbor Freight. I am not a tool snob. I took a picture today using an offset wrench, 11/16 offset wrench on a 6.0 I was working on. People saying, "Oh man, you never use Harbor Freight offset wrenches wouldn't work on a 6.0." And I showed them exactly the application to use it for, and I didn't video it. I just took a picture. But I got my Pittsburgh offset wrench and a picture today. I'll be putting it up on Instagram later on tonight.
Yeah. You know, I want to buy some more Snap-on stuff, but I get scared as a small business owner. I go through some slow times, and I don't want to get stuff with payments in a slow time. Like right now, this is my slow season. I ain't making hardly any money. This is my slow season. I don't want to get stuck with payments on a slow season. That's why I like to save up money and buy straight out. That's how I like to buy my stuff, straight out.
Yeah, my last I did a tool haul video about 2 weeks ago, and it was a good chunk of change. But like you said, I paid mostly for everything, and then I left like $200 on the truck account, which is nothing. That can be paid off in 4 weeks.
I will probably buy come springtime when business is better. I will probably buy that Snap-on ratchet on the truck as tool credit, but I should have it paid off by the winter slowdown, so that'll be no problem.
Right on. Get it in orange, man, so it can match your jack and your cart.
Yeah.
If they didn't have green when I went, orange would have been my second color. And
Yeah.
I'm looking at your box, the one I saw there. I honestly think, I'm not a big fan of orange, but I think the orange box looks better than the green box as a solid color. Maybe when I get some bumpers for it or something like that, so it's not all just solid green. But your box looks cool, man. I like that box.
Yeah, I should do some modifications to it to make it look cooler. I've seen a lot of YouTube modifications for them, and I want to do it.
Yeah, I want to do some of them too. I definitely do. But the one that I'm really intrigued about is where they get the little side cabinet and they put it on the, you got that 6 drawer or I think it's 6 or 7 drawer side cabinet, and it takes up one side. I think that's real intriguing.
Yeah.
It's a little deeper than the cart, but they show you where to make a couple cuts so that way it can still lock up and fit in and work out perfect. Bolts up nice.
You know when I got it, I was afraid about those plastic tabs getting broke off, just not thinking about it and pulling it. But so far, so good. I haven't broke one off.
I can't believe I haven't broke any off because I pull those all the time, and it just pulls the cart.
You don't even think about it.
Yeah, I'm so used to. I honestly wish they would have had like on my toolbox. You get the handle like when you're pulling it, and you just pull up, and it kind of releases the tabs down instead of having the little hook on the side. But
Yeah.
I'm getting used to it. And then what really gets me is that you get used to those tabs, and then the 2 small drawers, they're completely on the left side. So every time you go to grab them, they're not there because they're on the opposite side.
Oh, this is a guy I ain't seen in a while. Tailgate Tech. Welcome. Haven't seen you in a while.
Hey, is there a reason that you like green? Why do you like green? You just like green?
Why do I like green?
Yeah.
Green is the color of money.
That's
Oh, okay.
what I say about John Deere's.
No, I'm a really big. I've always liked green. I'm a big Boston Celtics fan,
Uh-huh.
and I like to try to get everything black or green.
Bearing splitters.
Have y'all ever heard of
Bearing splitters. Snap-on bearing splitters is a good buy there too. I got the cheap Harbor Freight ones. I don't use it like a whole lot, but it's handy when I do need to use it.
What were you saying, William? William, were you saying something?
Did we lose you again, William?
There's a guy on here. It's called Snap-on Junkie.
Snap on Junkie.
Ever watch
I'm
him?
gonna have to check that out. There's a guy. I think his
Yeah,
YouTube.
can you hear
is-
me?
There's a guy whose name is. I think his YouTube
I
name is Superbike
think so.
Armin.
Are you still there?
You're coming in with like an echo.
Welcome, Hot Rod Repair. Oh my God, Robert! I knew it was gonna happen. I was holding my tongue, and I was holding my tongue, Robert. I knew you was gonna say something. I knew either you or Tailgate Tech was gonna say something. I knew somebody. I was holding my tongue. I knew somebody was gonna say something when you said "Snap on Junkie."
What's wrong with that? I've never seen his channel. What's wrong with him?
So, a little history about the tool community. There's a lot of drama in the tool community.
I'm
And-
getting the gist of that.
It's almost like two sides. You got Snap on Junkie side, and then you got everybody else's side. It's a lot of drama. I try to stay out of it all, but I was biting my tongue because I knew somebody was going to say something in the chat. I try to stay away from drama. I hate drama. I don't want to grow my. Somebody was going to say something when it came to Snap on Junkie.
So give me the history. Give me the history of the drama. How did it start?
I
Where'd you
don't
go?
know a lot. A lot of it was before me. Robert Waters or Mike Hodge or Tailgate Tech might know a little bit more than me, but it was way before my time. It was a lot of drama.
I know CP, the Tool Addict, and Justin Sturgill, man, they've got hate for. I'm not even going to say the people's names who they don't like, but they dislike them genuinely, full-heartedly. They don't like them. But the thing is, I've never heard the people that they don't like. I mean, they go on rants, just slamming them, which is cool. I mean, I'm not gonna. I like CP. I like Justin Sturgill. They can say whatever they want, but
Justin Sturgill was Snap on Junkie, if I remember right. That's what his channel changed to, was Justin Sturgill.
oh, okay. So So now I see what we're talking about. Now, I know he doesn't. There's a few guys that he doesn't like, and he goes off on rants about them. Yet the guys that he goes off on, they've never.
Say Mike Hodge. I'm not nothing to do with Justin Sturgill. I'm nothing to do with any of these. I'm me. I don't talk. I'm not with this tool drama. But yeah, I know what you're saying, Jude. They all like to shit talk each other. I guess what we need to say.
Yeah, I don't say anything about anybody, man. I just do my thing. I like all. If I like a channel, I watch it. If there's talking about something I don't want to hear about, I
In the end, I think they do it all for the views, and I don't want to. I said this a million times. I don't want to. If that's what it takes to get views, I don't want to grow my channel that way. I don't want to grow my channel on drama.
Yeah, but I don't know if it's even working because the guys that don't say anything, I've never heard them say a word about the other guys. Their channels are big, 30, 40, 50,000 people. And then except for, I won't say his name. You guys said not to say his name, and I don't want to lose my Kaji again.
I didn't say his name. I just say it.
No, I don't want my Kaji to leave again, so I'm not going to say his name. But that guy's got the guy he doesn't like has a big channel. But the other people, that hate, I mean, their channels aren't huge. I mean, they're good channels, really good channels. I like them, but sometimes it almost comes off as petty. Like one channel will do a review on a tool, and then the other channel will do a review on how that tool sucks. And I'm like, man, come on, just do your thing and be happy. Let everything go.
Yep. What's up, Ed?
Hey, Ed, the old tech guy, what's happening, man? How's everything in Chicago?
Yeah, I got a brother-in-law from Chicago.
I was thinking, I was like, I'm
So let's talk about
gonna
not too long ago.
video. And I was like, what?
When Jehu was offering free pizza, I was like, don't tell my brother-in-law. He'll be right back up there.
Free pizzas, I'll take 2.
What's up, Nick Pixel?
Does he live by us?
He's in Texas.
My cat followed to me.
I mean, it is true, Robert. A man could polish his tools too much. Sorry, I just had to.
And that's the second time I heard him say that, man. Do you got a thing about cleaning your box, cleaning your tools?
It's just he's just saying. Let's be honest. A man who polishes tools, calls himself a junkie, could get called out for polishing his tools.
Oh, gotcha. I
Don't
understand.
forget me, Pixel.
You guys ever watch the Frugal Prepper?
The who?
The Frugal Prepper.
Yeah, I
Garage-
watched some of his stuff.
Yeah, he came out with the video with his toolbox and talking about how he likes tours and everything, but he doesn't understand how when you open a drawer, every single drawer you open, there's not a speck of dust, a speck of grease. It's just like a museum toolbox where everything's brand new. So I did a little 1 minute Instagram clip and I sent it out to him. I'm like, check it out, man. Look at my air hose. Because I had my godson cleaning it up. It was all nice and bright. I'm like, but look at this other side of it. It was all filthy and dirty. I'm like, look, man. I'm like, you can't mock me, dude. I use my tools. When I buy my tools, I use my tools. Because he has a thing about people just showing off tools that don't have any dirt on them. Oil, grease, something.
Yeah. Okay, Princess Jamie. You know how I'm neutral and I don't say nothing about anybody. Something about the way Scotty Kilmer talks, it just annoys the crap out of me. I can't watch his videos and listen to him talk. Right.
Yeah, man. No, you know how it's gonna be. Yeah, Scotty Kilmer's got that voice. I know what you're talking about. It's up to you. I got a gremlin over my shoulder. That's Matt the Surfer dude, by the way.
Gotcha. Oh, we got William back again. How long? We don't know. Please don't look at Ed's channel, Joe Smith. Sure, we won't look at Joe's channel, Ed's channel. Never. That's true, Princess Jamie. I wonder where Joe Smith's been hiding. I haven't seen him anywhere in a while. I thought he joined the circus and took off. He fits in with the clowns.
You there, William?
Huh?
I'll ask him, William, if he's there.
Oh.
No.
I'm gonna be 100% honest, man. Your shop, I dig it, man. You can tell it's used. You can tell you use your tools. It's just like mine. You can't see mine in the background, but I got to step over tools to get to other tools. I got to step, put my compressors to the side so I can.
There's tools on the ground here where I'm working and everything else. I usually, at the end of the day, though, I pick up all my tools, I organize them out, wipe them down.
Yeah, I've got to do that too. My today, as I finished up that 6.0, I had all the new parts on the truck, all the old parts in the trash. So I got like a whole bunch more room in my little my garage. I call it my shop, man. It's my garage. I'm not trying to fool anybody. It's my garage, my shop, whatever you want to call it.
This is a shop area.
Yeah, but it's my shop. My shop area. Mike Hodge, how are you doing?
Really, Mike Hodge? I don't even want to know why you want us to say your name. Girl, make kidding? Probably not. You keep talking about sirens and stuff. We know you're running from the cops.
Look at you. How many did you have before this?
I told you can't sling dope. You're going to eventually get caught if you sling dope. Everybody gets busted after a while.
I just sling grease. Oil and grease. So December 12th, what time's your stream at?
7:30 p.m. Central Time. I'm doing it 30 minutes early because I I'm trying to get some of the East Coast people, but you know, being here in Texas, they're Central Time, and I'm on the East Coast time, and then I got people on the Pacific time. It's hard to do it like super early.
Yeah, I know what you mean.
This is true, Robert. With tools, you about have to start slinging dope to pay for the tools. Maybe
No,
we'll get
you just got to get more cars back on the road.
right. I need to get more automotive repairs in here. I haven't really advertised automotive repair. It just kind of happened. People started here with their mowers, and then it was working on landscape trucks, and then it was cars, and it was power sports. It's been a little bit of everything.
Well, that's cool, man. You're very versatile, man. That makes you valuable.
Yeah.
When you can do a little bit of everything, it just means money. You know, when you need the money, man, you can wherever it's at, you can go get it.
Yeah. Well, I keep saying I hate to tell people this, but I think with the whole throwaway society, I think the small engine industry is starting to die out. A lot more shops are closing out, so I have to get more into automotives and power sports and outboard motors just to keep people living.
You need to start working on power strokes. You said you worked on power strokes, right? You worked on the 6.0 before, right?
I worked on the 7.3 Power Strokes.
Okay.
And I did the high pressure oil pump, the low pressure oil pump, and then the other I had to do an oil cooler on. All by myself. I didn't know what I was doing. This is good. Thank God.
The oil cooler for 7.3, the one on the driver's side of the block.
The one on the top of the block, and this has been
that's the 6.0. The 7.3 has the oil cooler on the side of the block.
Oh, the oil cooler, yeah, it's the side of the block. You go under the driver's side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
and then for the oil pressure pump on that one, you got to take those bolts out of the fuel filter housing so you can.
Yeah.
I know. Yeah, I do those a lot. Those shoes, man, I love those. Those pay like 6 hours, man. I can do. I've got to the point where I can do an oil pump on a 7.3, the high pressure oil pump. I'm not kidding, man. I can probably get my tools out. From taking them out to putting them back away, hour and a half.
Yeah. Well, with the 7.3s you had in those old trucks, you had actually room to work in. You don't have as much room to work in on the 6.0s.
Not till you start taking everything out of it.
Yeah. I mean, at the diesel shop, I watched them take the cabs off the trucks to work on those 6.0 engines.
I've done that. I've taken the cab off. Usually I would take the cab off to do head gaskets or to do if I was going to do it, like change an engine or do a bed plate or something like that, that's when I would lift the cab. But honestly, I think I can do a head gasket job just as fast cab down as I can cab up. If everything being equal, my parts are there, nothing's wrong, you know, and everything goes smooth, I think I can do it just as fast cab up as cab down.
I don't have a Power Stroke right now, but I did recently in the last couple months. I bought a 93 F350 dually with the 7.3 IDI.
Oh, you got the IDI on there.
So it runs good. It smokes on startup. I believe it's the CDR is clogged. So I want to pull it off when I do the oil change and see if that fixes the smoke on startup.
You got no turbo, right?
No turbo.
Yeah.
You ain't gonna get there very fast, but you'll get
there. You'll get there.
It always starts up, no matter how cold it is. You go out there, and that old engine will fire right up.
Yeah, 7.3s, man. 7.3s were good. I like the 7.3s. I mean, they had their issues, but I mean, there was nothing that was major that would keep them like their rear mains, their head gaskets. Those things were almost bulletproof.
Yeah.
The 6.0 is a good engine too. I think it just has the problem with the 6.0, like International, the stuff that they sold, they didn't have all the problems that Ford had. The reason Ford had so many problems was because they bought the engine from International, but they refused to buy the electronics. They did their own electronics. And then when they did their own electronics, half their harnesses got made in Mexico. And you know, when you see that sign, someone asked you one time, "What does hecho in Mexico mean?" I'm like, hecho in Mexico. That means it's going to break.
Later, Ronald. Yeah, I love the old, and the parts are cheap. My brother-in-law who bought it with me was like, "Man, it's a diesel, so parts are going to be expensive." And I showed him you can get all the ejectors cheaper than you can get what for a gas car off on this. Ejectors are cheap. Everything's cheap on it.
On the diesel? Or are you talking about the ADI? Oh yeah. That's prices are relatively reasonable on that. But you try to get injectors on the 7.3, man, they're still I think $370.
Yeah.
For Ford, and for a 6.0 it's like $290.
Yeah. And
if you need 8 of them, oh man. That's another thing I like about like the 6.0. It pays 8 hours to do all 8 injectors, and I've got to the point where I can knock that out in about 2 hours. But it doesn't even matter anymore because I'm not flagging anymore. Now I just give them a price and I just got to finish it, which is bad because sometimes when you're flagging hours, you have an incentive to be fast. You know, when you just tell them a price and you're going to get it all, sometimes you get lazy. You know, you take half a day off. You know, like for instance, today I got started at about 10:30, and in my head, when I was done, I was like, man, I was working in the dark, and I'm like, I gave up 3.5 hours of light, you know, by starting at 10:30. If I would have started at 7, you know, I could have been done, you know, at 4 o'clock when it was still light out.
Yeah. Joe Smith says the problem he had with 6.0 was the head gaskets and stuff. But yeah, that's usually the one thing that happened a lot in the shop is the bulletproof only. They redid all that, put studs in there and stuff like that.
Read Sergeant Joe Smith's whole last post. It wasn't just the turbo. He said the only problem was the turbo, head gaskets, injectors, oil cooler. Otherwise, it's the greatest motor ever. Yeah, but once you get all that stuff taken care of, it is a great motor.
Yep. What did they used to say at the shop? It was like 10 or 15 grand. They were telling them for 10 or 15 grand they could have them of bulletproof 6.0 or something like that.
Yeah, it's an expensive repair. I've done plenty of them, but you know, one of the things that I've started recommending to some customers that don't want to put the whole bulletproof kit in, as I tell them to get a bulletproof EGR cooler, to get a stock oil cooler, and then to get an aftermarket coolant filtration system. So that way that can take some of the junk out of the coolant. So that way the factory cooler doesn't get restricted, because that's what causes those EGR coolers to blow. The oil cooler gets restricted, so the water flow gets less. The EGR cooler gets hot and it blows. So a bulletproof EGR cooler with a factory oil cooler is pretty much the same price, because the bulletproof EGR cooler isn't that much more expensive. It might be the same price as a factory one.
Yeah.
And then the coolant filtration system, that's a couple $100 and another $100 to install. You know, so for $300 plus whatever else the regular repair they were going to do, it's an extra $300 instead of an extra $3,000 to get the bulletproof oil cooler. Bulletproof oil cooler is no joke, man. That kit's expensive. Like you said, 15 grand you can be bulletproof.
Yeah. And what the ones they was going for is they was going for these young, these young soldiers that just went into the military, and they buy these big souped up trucks, and they would dump all their money. They would go get loans and dump all their money into these trucks. That's who they was going after. That was their.
Who was going after those trucks?
They would. They was going out. They would get their clientele at that diesel shop was mostly these young soldiers that just went in the military, and they would spend all the money on these souped up diesel trucks, and that was their clientele. So they would go out, they would go get loans and stuff, and waste all their money on these trucks.
Yeah, I've had a few guys hit me up on my old Facebook page telling me they're in the military, they're getting their truck sent out, and they want the works. And I'm like, you sure? He's like, yeah, man, I want everything. He's all bulletproof this, smokestack that. I'm like, man, well, you know, that stuff's not cheap. He's like, oh, don't worry about it. He's like, I got the funds. I can take care of it. And I'm like, all right, man, whatever you want, man, as long as, you know, you pay for the parts. I put them on, then you pay for the labor, or I keep your truck.
Yeah.
Plain and simple.
Hey, Mike Hodge, the least your shop will fix the tow truck brakes. Every tow company, my dad's been a tow truck driver for probably 30 years. And every company he's ever worked for, brakes and stuff, the drivers had to do it themselves. Most mechanic stuff on the tow trucks, the drivers had to do it themselves. The owners didn't want to put out the money.
Wow.
Unless it was major issues, and then they would put out the money.
Yeah, I got a couple of shops that I work out of sometimes. There's like this shop up in I'm not sure if you guys are familiar with California. It's Wrightwood, California, about 30 minutes from me. And that guy has a fleet account for whatever tow truck company's up there. And about half those tow trucks all had 6.0s in them. So,
Oh, yeah. Oh, it's terrible.
So whenever he would get those in, he would call me up, me and my buddy that's in Colorado now, that has his own shop. And we'd go up there, and Wrightwood's cold, man. It gets to be snowing up there, and we'd be working outside or inside the shop. And we're talking 10 o'clock at night because we get off of we both work for Ford, so we get off work at 4:30, 5 o'clock, drive up to Wrightwood, and then start working, lifting cabs and doing everything to these tow trucks. And this tow trucks, work trucks in general, man. The people driving them don't own them, so they don't care about them. So they're just the most dirty and filthy and greasy.
See, my dad was always the opposite, but he's been doing it for such a long time. He always treated it like he owned the tow truck. He would always take the wipes and wipe down the dash and everything. He always wore gloves so he didn't get his hands greasy when he got back in the truck. And he was always like that. But these company owners, man, they're getting crazy. Like here recently, they started charging a monthly fuel surge charge. They're charging him for the fuel that he's using to operate their trucks that's making them money.
See, that makes no sense.
Yeah, it's stupid.
He should be like, all right, I'll pay for you. Basically, then what he should tell him is, you know what, I'm renting your truck. I'll pay you that charge, but I get, 75% of whatever the tow is.
Right. Right now, he makes 30% commission per tow.
30%.
Yeah.
I'm not familiar with that. I don't know if that's the going rate. I don't know. That's a pretty good deal right there.
It was bad. Some companies are only paying like 20 and 25, but I guess my dad's 30 years experience kind of helped.
Well, that's good.
But the problem is if their trucks break down, they got more drivers than they have trucks. So if his truck breaks down, if it's in the shop for 2 weeks, he's out of work for 2 weeks. He ain't making money.
Yeah.
And it's a Dodge, so it breaks down quite often.
What, you got the straight six Cummins?
Yeah. And it has the DEF issue, so it's constantly – I go out there with my cheap OBD reader and delete the code off every so often so I don't go in limp mode. The transmission just went out. That's put him out of work for over a week because they had to put a new transmission in. Typical Dodge. I've never owned a Dodge that didn't have a transmission problem.
I don't think I've ever known a Dodge that didn't have a transmission problem.
All right, guys, I'm going to have to get off here soon. I've been on here for 2 hours. Holy cow, 2 hours and 10 minutes. And I got to head 3 hours away to Fort Worth, Texas to pick up my lathe tomorrow.
Yeah, well, cool, man. Congratulations on getting that lathe. I appreciate you.
Ed, that's why you always need a side job. Well, Ed, the problem is with a tow truck driver is usually they don't have the time to have a side job. They're usually – my dad's almost 60 years old and pretty much runs 24/7. So there's little time. It takes over your life. All right, guys, I got to get off of here. I appreciate everybody coming in. Remember the live stream. We'll be doing some giveaways in that live stream. December 12th, 7:30 Central Time with me, Good of the Land, Princess Jamie, the Maintenance Man, Stephen Cox, talking probably everything that we could ever think of. And I'm sure we'll be bringing in guest people from the chat from time to time to help out with the chat. So anyway, guys, I appreciate everybody for stopping in, and I will see you on the next one.
Hey, man, thanks for having me on. I hope to come on again sometime.
Oh, I appreciate it. Yeah, I'm here every Saturday, so anytime you want to come on in.
All right, sounds good, man. Appreciate it. Have a good night.
You too.